got C-Ray in the building. Now I'm in my bag.
God.
Now I'm in my bag. Turn that beat on, Matt. Okay. Yeah.
When you have a dream, the one thing you have to watch out for are those out there that'll try to crush your dream.
Yeah.
And you cannot allow that to happen. That is your biggest challenge. So I challenge you to have your dream, go after it with all you have, and be legendary in your own
Be
right.
legendary. We got the boy C-Ray in the building, man.
Chilling with Netflix. We ain't watching no Netflix. Yeah, all we know is vibe. All we know is grind. We don't waste no time. She can't come on. Okay, but we can watch Netflix. And after we gon' yeah, and we ain't doing no chillin'.
Okay.
But we chillin' with the bull.
Let me try to catch that again.
Netflix, go.
I'm gonna run that thing back for you real quick. See, right? Look, I said started from the bottom.
Okay.
Now he on the top.
Okay.
I got my boy C-Ray in the building. He just caught the block.
Okay.
On his mission. On the way to the chicken.
Okay.
Only God can judge him.
Only God. Go. Go C-Ray. Go C-Ray.
Yeah, nah, I'm not rapping. I'm not rapping.
This is your time. Get on the grind.
Hey.
This what we do.
Hey.
We on time. What's your time?
Speaks.
That's what we doing. Let's have some fun.
Yes, sir.
And let's get to the show. Let's go.
What's the matter with you? There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Come on!
Talk to him, ShowTime. Talk to him.
Welcome back to ShowTime Speaks.
Talk that
we
talk.
got the whole gang in the building. BXA Digital, FSC Media Team. We got K-Rids in the building. C-Ray in the building. Come on, man. Big shout out to Cozy Jeweler, the jeweler that keeps us feeling nice and cold. I mean, hold on. Cozy, baby. Let's go, man. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit the like button, man. Shout out to all my subscribers, man. We're trying to get to 1,000. Continue to build up the community. Continue to walk with us. Continue to be with us, man. And let's go, man. And we got our boy Craig Reynolds in the building, man.
C-Ray, a.k.a. C-Ray.
Appreciate y'all for having
A.K.A.
me.
C-Ray, man.
Appreciate it.
Talk about it, man. What's going on? Big things going on. What's going on, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm blessed to be with my dogs.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, bro. It's been a long time coming.
I know. We talked about it for a minute now.
For a minute. Let's give him the proper introduction, though. Let's give him the proper introduction.
We need it all, yo.
Let's roll out the red carpet.
Yeah.
Let's take a deep breath. Because when it comes to C-Ray, he a dog, man. Dude threat running back, Appleton High School's finest, Cutstown finest. Man, this boy was a all-conference running back as a sophomore, as a junior, and as a senior. That boy is different. Now he doing big things, man, in the league, man. Has bounced around a couple times, have now found his home in Detroit. Like, come on, man. Let's hear from him himself, man. The guy, the myth, the legend. Man, talk about who are you, man? What can we expect from Craig Reynolds today, man? What's up?
I'm just trying to get better every day, control what I can.
Yeah, too cool, man.
Nah, not at all. That's the truth. Just trying to get better, control what I can.
Yeah.
And let God do the rest for the most part. So
yeah, man. I'm proud of you, man.
For real.
And just a little background story on how me and Craig met. He was I'm gonna tell the first story.
Tell the first story.
The first day I came to Kutztown when he came to Kutztown because I transferred to Westchester. And the first day of practice, Craig had on these what's the W? Warrior?
Warrior lacrosse.
He
cleats.
had Warrior lacrosse cleats on.
Yeah.
Shout out to Warrior because they might, see this and because he was rocking lacrosse cleats before it was popular.
I still do.
And still do.
Still playing lacrosse cleats.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn, who this corny young boy in these cleats? He got the knee brace on like that. Fast forward, bro. He was on scout team, bro, and he was cooking us every single day. Every day. I used to hate Craig, but like I used to always say like, yo, he's special.
Yeah.
He's special in this. See what he has done and the work he put in.
Yeah.
It's not no coincidence where you at now, bro. So
nah, man, I'm
excited for you, bro.
I appreciate you.
I can say 1,000 words about you, man. From the day I met you, bro, you've been relentless. You've defined the success of being one of those people who has been under Kenny, been his friend, been his brother, And for me to be a part of it and see it up close and personal from your journey, I'm talking about like back when we ran into each other at LA Fitness type vibe, like that energy and who you were, like you've been this same person, this grinder, this guy who's been, counted out so many times that had to pick himself back up. Like you define success in that way, man. And I can honestly tell you, man, I'm proud of you too, man. Like the things that you have done, the blueprint that I tried to give you, and you shattered everything that I told you and gave you advice on, man. And I can honestly say, man, that I'm proud of you, bro. And shoot, man, you motivate me. I look up to you in ways, man. Damn, man, you making more money than I made when I was in the league. So like, you hanging on and doing your thing, and I'm proud of that, man. When you see somebody like I'm genuinely happy for you, bro. Yeah. Like I get like excited when I'm sending you a message or I'm watching you. I feel like at one point it felt like we just was connected, but we was in different cities.
Right,
I would do something good,
and
you would do something crazy,
the same week,
and in the same week, in the same like it's crazy, man. And that connection and that bond, to still be here and to still be rocking together after all these years, man, is truly, truly special, bro.
Listen, I appreciate both of you guys. I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at without you guys.
Man.
I'll start with Kenny, my dog Kenny, going back to Kutztown, playing each other every day at practice. Mm-hmm. Almost knuckled him a couple times at practice. Crazy. Almost fought as my trainer a couple times, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But that's my dog. He pushes me every day, and I definitely, I tell you all the time I wouldn't be here without you, so I'm thankful. And then Sheet, of course, man, just going to LA Fitness every day, high school, college, and seeing you in the cut. I never really spoke to you early on, I didn't want to, but, I knew who you were, and, it was just having you around at the gym and stuff like that. And then as we get older, then you training with Kenny, and just crossing paths, working out every now and then together. Meant the world, just the advice and stuff that you'd give me. And then just being around it, I was blessed to, be around you, B-Ship.
T. Smith.
Mm-hmm. We got a little beef, though. And then, like I said, B-Ship, She, T. Smith, Jordan Morgan.
Yeah.
Seeing his grind.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, AK, Terry Williams, guys that have, gotten ops to play in the league. It's definitely motivation, and you see what it takes from a distance and seeing what I have to do as I come up and, the goals I have to reach. So, it was a blessing, and to see you guys and have you a part of my journey, I definitely appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that's love.
Was that always the dream for you, to go to the league? Was that always the goal? Like, did you always, as a youngin', did you see that? Like, was that the goal?
Yeah, but it's hard to say. Wah told me, remember Wah, my freshman year of college, he told me, you got the size of an NFL running back. Mm-hmm. And, when he told me that, I'm like, God gave me my size, so I can't do anything about that. So when he told me I have the size, I can control the rest at that point, get faster, become a better football player, and control what I can. But the league, high school, college, it was always at the end. It was far away. I just knew I just wanted to be a good, great football player and control what I could and work out and work hard every day. And then, I knew there's a lot of steps and it's going to be hard, obviously. But, like I said, having guys like Sheed, Ship, T. Smith, Jordan, it was just more motivation. But I still knew that, it's not just going to fall in your lap. There's a lot of steps I had to take. And most importantly, just staying healthy. So it's a lot that goes into it. But, it was a far dream. I just wanted to be a great player.
But your work ethic, right? Like, we see how hard you work.
Yeah.
I mean, like, again, bro, you was my first client, bro. So I saw the grind. Like, I saw you work. But, like, I didn't teach you that. Like, I'm sure you was doing that way before you would start working out with me. So, like, where does that come from? That grind. Like, what motivates you? Like, what was your motivation to grind hard day in, day out, every single day? Like,
I ain't even going to lie. I think what really spun it, because early in my career, my dad tried to push me, but
that's a little league, right?
Yeah. But I was like in basketball. I was kind of running track. It just, I didn't know what sport I wanted to play really. Yeah. And then, I saw 7th graders dunking on hoop mixtape, and I'm like, I ain't going to the NBA. So then I chose football. Me and my dad started working a little bit, going to different trainers. And then I want to say like my spring of my sophomore year, I watched the Eric Thomas video. The one As Bad As You Want to Breathe. Man, I don't know, that thing hit me.
It hit everybody.
Right, yeah, when it was all over the internet. And that day, from then on, man, I just put in the work. I fell in love with the grind and the process, which people tend to, that's huge. You got to love the process before you can achieve a goal. It doesn't just happen. So I fell in love with the process of just working and getting better, and and I like to talk trash. So if you talk trash, you got to back it up. So I'm like, I got to work. So,
real life.
You set goals, you want to prove yourself right. So that's all I was trying to do, is just prove myself right when I speaking my dreams into existence. So.
Nah, yeah, man, that's love, man. I know probably one of the things that gives you fuel is when people try to say you're not really from Philly. So behind that, like when you say you from Abington, but you carry yourself like you really from Philly. Like I like the way you hustle, I like the way you grind. But what's the dilemma? Like what's the energy like when you tell people like, yeah, I'm from Philly? Do you tell people you from Philly or you from Abington?
It depends on where that person's from. Because if the person's from far away, I just say Philly, because then you gotta explain, Abington's like 10 minutes away. Yeah. People don't know where that is. So like if it's somebody that doesn't know Philadelphia like that, then I'll just tell them I'm from Philly and just keep the conversation rolling. But if it's somebody in the tri-state area that's from Philly, I'm from Willow Grove, Abington.
Yeah. That's how I am too.
No, it's funny. It's funny because when I pulled up on you in Detroit and your boy, he was like, where your boy from? And he was like, like. What kid he say? What he be saying all the time?
Real rap. Yeah.
And I was saying something, and he was like, "Yeah, he definitely from Philly." And he was like, "Yeah, I ain't really from. I'm from outside of Philly." Yeah. You did own up to. You was like, I'm from Abington. He from Philly.
Yeah.
Now that was cool, man. That was cool, bro. But yeah, man. As we transition, man, like talk about. I know you talked about some of the things that inspire you and things that kind of motivate you. What has been some of the challenges that you faced, on becoming a pro?
Shoot. There's a lot, man. A lot of challenges. Staying healthy. It's always a challenge.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call it politics, but, it's hard coming from a small school and getting to that level. Bunch of different things. But like I said, I just try to control what I can, man. And I really do stand by that. I know it's redundant and I say it all the time, but I really do mean it because, you can't control the outside factors. My thing is just I just tried to stay ready so I didn't have to get ready whenever the opportunity came. And that's the amount of times that's happened in my career is crazy. So I'm glad I stood on that ever since I was in high school and college. But yeah, man, because you never know when it's going to come. You never know when that time is going to come. And you never know if you're going to get it again.
Right.
So when those opportunities came, I just tried to seize them the best as I could with a great attitude and effort, and then, let God do the rest. But yeah, there's a lot, man. I mean, the whole story and everything that I've gotten here, I mean, everything's been a challenge, but, I've been blessed. I'm just trying to keep it going. The biggest thing.
I want you to really dive into, like, all the schools that you went to, talk about Kutztown a little bit, talk about your family background a little bit. I want people to know, like, the background of you.
Okay.
I know you a family guy. I know, I kind of want to give more of an introduction of like, who is Craig? Like,
right.
I know you're a grinder. I know you're a worker, but what are some other things that that really touch you that stand out the most when you from being at Kutztown, going to Abington High School and stuff like that. Like, talk about that.
I'd say the biggest thing for me is definitely my pops. I grew up with my pops. He was definitely strict. Throughout my teenage years, and I was goofing off. I was a teenager, but he was trying to keep me on the right path, and he definitely did a great job. But the biggest thing I learned from my dad is just the discipline, and it wasn't even him telling me. It was more just watching because I lived with him, but he had to go to school super early, and my school didn't start for another hour and a half, so. Getting up with him every day at like 5 a.m. just to go to school, and my school doesn't start till whether it's high school or middle school, 7, 8 o'clock. and he didn't miss a day.
Yeah.
So I didn't miss a day.
Yeah.
And, I never knew if he would actually leave me, but he used to be like, yo, I'm leaving in like 15 minutes. So if you're not ready, I'm out. But I was never finna try it. Because I didn't know how I was going to get to school, miss class. And, he the type not to write a note or nothing. So, that the discipline starts with him. And it was more of just, seeing it.
Yeah.
Him grind every day and going to work, man. And then, the motivation, just having, 2 brothers, one younger, and then my older brother as well. Just trying to be a good role model for my younger brother, and then being there for my older brother. Just coming up through high school and, middle school, that's something I always wanted to do. So, that from the family background, those 3 guys, I wouldn't be where I am without them.
No, that's love.
And then, those mornings, my grandparents used to take care of me when my dad would go in, so they'd make me breakfast, make sure I got to school.
That's love.
So seeing my grandfather every morning, and the routine that he was on.
That's love, man.
The routine my grandparents were all on. Just that discipline and that routine.
Yeah, that plays a big part.
Yeah, especially throughout my teenage years, definitely helped me.
Yeah.
And then it just became, when I told you I watched that video, it just became second nature.
Yeah.
I just started following the same thing. Like we watch Jeopardy every night at 7.
That's love.
Wheel of Fortune every night. And like I said, with my dad getting up early. So it was just, I was a routine person without even knowing it.
Yeah, that's tough.
Then, it just came second nature. So from the family part, that's for pretty much throughout high school, and, what really was some of the motivation as well, coming up, obviously, throughout those middle school and high school years. And then, just getting to college and getting to Kutztown, and then meeting Kenny and just going from there. So.
No, that's love, man.
That's definitely love.
Not a lot of people can experience their grandparents like that. I know I haven't had that opportunity because we all lived in separate houses.
Right.
But having that opportunity, man, to have not only just your father, but to have your grandfather too.
Facts.
Right.
That's a big deal, man.
100%.
Like when you look at, generations and you look at how things are, sometimes we never really get to see what's on top of your father, or where he came from, or or the background, or what his routine was. I don't know how they live. I can only judge how I see my own father.
Exactly.
Right.
So like being able to get that viewpoint of seeing above your father, like that's big time, man. That's heavy, bro.
Definitely, it's definitely been a blessing.
It is, for sure. And bring up your brother, man. I know, y'all had a story on Hard Knocks and all that with your bro. Was that your motivation too? Like, they said he was the man, right? E-Ray, they call him. E-Ray was the man in high school.
Yeah.
Everybody says it. Even people I know. Like, his brother, he was the real deal. So, like, growing up behind, I guess, his shadow, was that extra motivation for you? Like, oh, you ain't going to be better than Big Bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
was that extra motivation for you?
Of course. When I was younger, I was a ball boy for the team, and my dad was the coach, a running back coach. And those games at CB South were crazy. I ain't gonna lie. His junior and senior year, like, it was something I've never seen before. Even when I was playing in high school, I don't think I saw energy like that. Yeah. From my high school, and there was a couple other D1 kids on the team, but like, he was nice, and I looked up to him, and we'd talk, have conversations about ball when I was younger, and just hanging out with him when I could, because we lived in separate houses. But I definitely looked up to him, and then when everything happened and all that stuff, my goal, even I used to talk trash when I was a little kid, like, I'm gonna be over you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So throughout high school, sophomore year, I played like nickel corner, which in high school you probably play like 4 games or spread teams, and then, but going after that sophomore year, and I had a chance to start at running back, I told everybody I'm gonna be better than he was. So he had like 2,000 yards in 1 year. I said, I'm gonna do that. Yeah. I'm gonna try to have more touchdowns than him. All that stuff, and then we used to argue as little kids when he was away. We used to argue on the phone about 5. You only get 15 minutes on those calls. 7 of them are us arguing about football and basketball.
Real life.
You know what I mean? Rumbling or something. So, just trying to always be better than them. We still compete.
Brotherly love.
Of course. And that was definitely a big motivation for me.
And you mentioned, right? Because I know you, bro. You're a dude that takes stuff personal. Now, I mean, I could say the littlest thing, like, I remember this summer I kept saying, them young bulls is coming.
You right?
Them young bulls is coming.
Real life.
But, like, you the dude who take everything personal, but in a good way. So can you, and I know a couple stories, but, like, you mentioned, like, guys were saying to you, kids were saying to you, you're not going to be better than your brother.
Right.
You're not going to run over for 2,000 yards.
Yeah,
So, like, can you explain to the people, like, what that meant to you and how you use those words to fuel you rather than it demolish you? Because sometimes people can say stuff to you.
Right.
And that can just crush you.
Yeah,
Like, damn,
right.
maybe he's right. I'm not going to be this.
And feed into it.
And feed into it. Oh, you too small. You too small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So can you kind of just tell the folks that, like, how you use them words to, like, fuel you into that animal?
No,
Yeah.
for real.
So yeah, man, I had friends and stuff, and it probably started with my friend group mostly that knew my brother was good, and they'd be like, yo, you're not gonna make it, whether it's at the lunch table after practice and stuff. So I started writing the stuff down.
Yep.
And, like my 9th grade basketball coach, we had a good relationship off the court, and I told him, what I'm trying to do. He's like, oh, you ain't gonna be better. I wrote everything down. You ain't gonna rush for 2,000,
Yep.
and I wrote who said it, when they said it, right in my notes, and whether it was when I'm tired or don't feel like working out, I'd look at it. Or like in the morning, it's with my goals. Reading my goals out loud and stuff like that. I fed into it. And, like you said, people can take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
But, I'm my own biggest critic.
For real.
I feel like when people say stuff, that's cool. But I'm just proving myself right because I already know what I'm capable of. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't be here without those comments and people talking trash and stuff like that.
life.
So, those guys, they know who they are if they see this, like who used to be, saying I couldn't do certain things. And it happens all the way from high school, college, people saying stuff. So,
Little league.
yeah, I always, I fed off of it. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say when you ask that question. But, I guess it was just instilled in me at a young age. And I was just like, after this, like, you ain't finna say.
One other thing, too, right? And a lot of people don't know this story, so I'm going to bring it up. You told me you met Sheed at Lifetime. I'm not Lifetime, LA Fitness, right? Talk about the walk you used to take to, talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
And how far you were from your home going to LA Fitness every day. Talk about that walk.
Yeah, so my LA Fitness workouts at night, I didn't have a car probably for a few years, even though I was able to get my permit and stuff. So my dad, he would always offer to give me a ride. Like, he'd be in the living room just chilling. And, hey, I'm about to go to the gym. You want to ride? No, I'm good. And I just throw my headphones in, Lil Herb. You know what I mean? That's back when he was cool. That's back when Lil Herb, G Herb was Lil Herb, Lil Bibby was still rapping, and I'd put those guys on Dat Piff, and put those mixtapes on. I'd just walk, man. It was like a 25 to 30-minute walk. It didn't matter. I'd grab my umbrella if it was raining.
It's crazy.
It didn't matter, but I feel like the walk was a part of the process.
100%.
That's the little things, right?
Nah, for
People always
real.
talk about the little things. It's faster to get to the LA Fitness with my dad driving me, right?
Yeah.
But I was trying to take the long road and walking and just being there with my thoughts, whether I was praying, envisioning, writing stuff while I'm walking. But yeah, it was a solid 25-minute walk to the gym. I'd even meet my homeboys that I was lifting with, and they could have given me a ride. But I just always, enjoyed that walk. Just be in my own mental space.
Yeah.
And then it was preparing me for the workout I was getting ready for or whatever, get my mind right so I'm locked in. And
Because at that point, you don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
You don't know what you just have a vision on, I think this way is the right way.
Right. I had no clue.
You had no clue.
Yeah, but I just did it.
And like, that's the advice, man. If you listen and hear what he's saying, he had no idea what he wanted to do.
Nope.
But he knew he wanted to work hard. He knew he wanted to get it the hard way. He knew that, like, I'm on a mission towards being great. And everything that he felt, he was channeling that energy and putting it somewhere. And we've been talking about this, man. Like, when you are going through things in your life and you feel a certain kind of way, put that in your craft.
Right.
And like, bro, I can literally say you are one of the few people that I know that when you do hear something and you go through something or somebody tell you too slow or this, and that's why we all kind of hang out together, because we've been those kids that, you ain't good enough, you slow, or but you good with everybody,
Right.
but you just got to work a lot harder than everybody.
Right. Yep.
Like, bro, that's the blessing behind all of it, man. And it's just like, bro, it's firing me up. Like, I'm ready to go work out right now. You feel me?
Yeah.
The craziest thing too, people get those memberships at the beginning of the year, right?
Yeah.
Get your membership. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work out, right? And, it's always good in the beginning. It's always good, whatever you're doing.
Always. The process of life always starts off exciting.
Right. Oh, I'm changing this. I'm gonna do this. This is football, right? You get the pads on. Oh, this is lit. It's lit. We hitting, and in 2-3 weeks, and you're like, damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, when I was training, like I knew, it gets monotonous. It's not fun.
Yeah.
It gets tiring. Getting up early, staying up late.
Yeah.
2-3 workouts a day. So it got to the point where at LA Fitness, I used to save leg days for Friday night.
That's when nobody wanted to work.
That's when the gym's empty. Everybody's out, right?
Everybody's
so
out.
I'm out there doing legs, and mind you, I'm by myself, so I can't go crazy. I'd box squat to make sure I was safe.
Yeah.
But as far as leg press machine heavy, but I would I'd do it on Friday, and then even better is in between my sets I'd have Instagram and Snap open. So then I'm going on Instagram and Snap, and whether it was my teammates in college, it could have been a Division I player that I follow that's tough. Yeah. Somebody in the league, but it's right, somebody. They turn it up right now. Let me get this set in real quick.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's tough, yo.
Dudes out in Seattle, New Jersey, turning
for
up.
real.
Oh, let me get my
For
shit
real.
up.
Yeah.
You know what
It's
I mean?
crazy.
So just finding little stuff like that just to piss me off, just to work that much harder. And then when time to get out in the field, or I'm looking across from a dude, it's like, I mean, he wasn't putting his time in.
Nah,
especially if it was
real
because I used to follow guys in the conference in college on Instagram. Well, he not working. Let me go get this nigga. You know what I mean?
Right.
So doing stuff like that, just making it psychological. I mean, because that's where it's won, man. You win the battle on the mind first. So
it's so funny that you talk about LA Fitness, man. I remember, man, when I used to come in there, because my mom, she's always been a GM at LA Fitness or whatever, and I remember young Craig. Craig used to come up to me like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, no, I'm just joking. But but yo, he would come up and he would be asking a lot of questions, yo, what I gotta do? What do I need to do to get there? And bro, I'm like, yo, you doing it. Yeah. Bro, this kid used to be in there every day. Bro. I used to, you talking about obsessed? Yeah. This dude was beyond obsessed, yo. This dude was... Bro, he live, die, eat this thing, man. I'm bro, I can't tell you. Pause. But I'm proud of you, man. Let's switch up. Let's switch up the vibes. Let's switch up the energy, man. Let's go to quick response, man.
Let me say one thing.
Go ahead.
About my journey, and the guys that helped me get to where I'm at. Obviously, you guys, but there's people that my best friend Danny Colas.
He was there every workout.
Every workout. Yeah. He didn't even play.
Yep.
We out there shoveling snow during winter break on the field, creating 10 yards. He out there shoveling it with me. It's dark out. He at work.
That's what it takes.
We bringing night lamps from the crib, putting it on the field so we can see the ladder. Yeah. Guys like Danny Colas, Cam Clearfield, my buddy in New York. He used to push me.
We used to pull the car.
Yep. He was right there with me. Didn't even play ball.
Yeah.
Didn't even play ball. Working.
Shit.
My dog Russell Nacito. I'm tripping. Russell Nacito. That's my dog. He was there. Mornings, nights, it didn't matter. My dog George Reed. I just want to give a shout out to those guys on the pod because those I wouldn't be here without them showing up day in and day out and pushing me.
Love. That's definitely love. All right, let's switch up the tempo, man. Let's have a little bit of fun. We got a little serious. Let's switch up the vibes. All right, we got ShowTime. Quick response, baby. All right, in this segment, what we're gonna do is your response has got to be quick. All right, you got about 10 seconds,
Come on, bro.
Okay, so it's the first thing that pops up in your head, and we need it. And don't be trying to think too long, man. We're giving you a timer. You got 10 seconds. All right, here we go. First question. On your spare time, what's your favorite hobby?
Video games.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? I'm gonna get a filet.
Ooh.
Medium.
Okay.
Depending on where we at.
Okay. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
I'm gonna say flight. Yeah, flight.
Okay.
What's your favorite brand?
Favorite brand?
Yeah, your favorite brand.
Clothing?
Yeah, clothing brand.
I mean, shit.
This is for it. I mean, you never know. I'm waiting for him to say something. I'm trying to set it up.
New Balance.
Okay. I'm trying to set him up. You know what I mean? I'm trying to set him up.
You funny.
Reds can't, man. Stop playing. All right, here we go. All right. It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Around this time yesterday. Where were you?
10 o'clock.
What were you doing?
I was on the game.
No. That's not the answer. That's not the answer.
What you mean?
What were you doing at 10 o'clock yesterday
In the morning?
In the morning at the gym. Come on, tell me what you was doing.
Oh.
Give us the explanation. Tell us what happened.
Hooping?
Come on now.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about this.
This your time. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, me and
You
Kenny
see how
got a
they
nice...
do me? Yeah. Come on.
Go ahead. You want to explain yourself or you want me to talk?
I ain't saying
No.
Okay.
You talk.
Okay. All right. So, Wednesday's slightly like an off day. We go get some active recovery and whatever. And, we do the basketball. I'm new to this. I'm new to this.
Remember, quick response.
But yeah, I cook Kenny in basketball.
Okay.
So let's keep it pushing.
Next question. Yeah, buddy.
Everybody always want me to lose. I can't let nobody win.
Nobody.
Your last question, Craig.
Bro, go ahead.
Who's your favorite trainer?
Kenny Williams.
I gotta ask him that, man. Starting from the bottom, now we here. All right, man. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna switch it up a little bit too. Okay. We got a few videos, a few pictures. Basically, during this segment, we want to keep it fun. We want to keep it, cool, but we also want to have, some serious time too. This next segment is basically where we're going to play a clip or we're going to show a picture or whatever, and you're going to explain, like, what does that picture or that video, how does it make you feel? Where were you presently in that moment? Okay. And just talk about the experience on what you feel when you see it.
All right, I like that.
You looking at the screen?
Okay.
And here's the thing, as it pertains to this game too, by the way, do we not know what Craig is?
Yes. That's why you're really not going to see him.
And we all love Craig, but we're not going to find anything else out about Craig that we don't already know. Would we be sick to our stomach if we lost him?
I wouldn't cut him. He's everything we represent. Yeah, so, and that's what I was about to do. I'm thinking about the team now, too. Our offense, what he brings with those linemen, that relationship.
What do those guys up front think about him?
They just know Reynolds, like protection, all that stuff. They love him.
You get rid of Craig if you want to. Now, you might have some linemen coming knock on the door just to talk.
That's crazy. I just got the chills, bro.
Talk about it.
It means the world. Like you said, team. I'm a big team player. I believe in unity, a brotherhood, and I definitely think that's what we have in Detroit. It just means the world when they talk about you like that. And I'm a big team guy. So when hearing the word team in there, that probably hit me the most, just because that's what, no egos. They need me to block somebody, I'll block somebody. They need me to get the ball, I'll do it. Pass, protect, whatever they need. Give it 100%, and that's really it. So hearing that team and them talk highly of me, it means the world. It means the world for sure.
No, yeah, man. People don't really realize that at this level, at this professional level, these are the conversations that people are having about you when the doors is closed.
Right.
And they always say your name holds the most value, because when nobody's around or you think that nobody's talking about you, they talking about you. So it's a matter of how you carrying yourself. It's a matter of how you're, constructing yourself in the building, how you communicate well with your teammates. These are the things that you are being evaluated on. That is what makes me so proud. When I hear this video, bro, I want to run through a brick wall, because, bro, you epitomize the grinder, the journeyman of, like, finding a way to stay on, to stick with the team, to do what you need to do. Like, you remind me of me, bro. And it's just like, bro, like, to see you have success, it feels like I've had success, bro. Like, to hear Deuce, and I know Deuce personally because he used to coach me when I was with Philly. Right. To hear him talk so highly about you, bro, like, come on, man. They talking about how can we keep this guy? People don't really realize you got to make it so hard for these organizations to want to keep you. Right. Not for you to go out the door, but how can I make them want to keep me? Right. Yeah. And I'm not saying you got to sell yourself out. You got to be something that you're not. But, like, bro, you need to do everything you possibly can to put yourself in the best position. So when these rooms is being, when they construct these rooms and have these conferences and they talk about your name and they going down the list, you got to make it hard for them.
100%.
And we talk about making a play a day, man. And that play might be a block. Yeah. That play might be whatever, a pass block. Yeah. And what people need to realize is a lot of backs can't pass protect.
Right.
And a lot of the first down, second down backs, they can do everything, but we need a guy who's going to be a grinder. We need a guy who's going to play special teams. We need a guy like you and a team guy that's going to buy into what we doing, man. And that video, man, that epitomizes everything about you, man.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Like Kenny always says, man, just being relentless. And
Being relentless, bro.
That's something he's been preaching since he first started, and I still wear the bracelet every game. So
Yeah, man, that's love.
take that on.
He said Craig Reynolds is everything we stand for. That's right. He said everything we stand for.
Because
you saying
like when you hear people like, bro, like even me right now going through this process of changing teams, going through the free agency stuff, signing to Toronto. You know, I'm a big time Toronto ting now. You feel me? Like I'm different now. But
the six.
You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? In the six. But like when we talk about it, like
He said ting.
yeah, that's you know what I'm saying? Like, but I just try to find a way to put ting in there. You know what I'm saying? You're done now, eh?
I don't know.
You feel me? My fault. But yeah, but you get what I'm trying to say, man. Like when it comes to like when you hear people talking about you in a way that's very high, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't think people think about you like that.
Nah.
Because
Yeah.
you just doing you just being yourself. And when
Right.
you hear it, it's just like, man, like I'm actually doing what I said I want to do. I'm standing on business on what I said I was. And like to hear people talk about you like that, man, it's special. All right, let's hop into the next video, man.
Single back Reynolds. Goff turns, gives to Reynolds, running left this time. Inside the 5, down to the goal line, into the end zone.
Yeah.
Touchdown Detroit Lions.
Yeah, talk about this, because I know this the first one right here.
For Craig
Yeah.
Reynolds.
Yeah. Come on, give us it. Let's go.
You look mad in that one.
I'm not gonna lie, I was angry a little bit, but another thing where it's just control what you can.
Yeah.
Some things happened.
First
You
NFL
can't-
touchdown.
Yeah, you can't control it throughout that week. It's crazy how God works. Stay ready. Got an opportunity throughout the game. Get all the way down the end zone, and make a play. It's crazy. I always say it's all God, because it really is. Because on that play, if you watch it from the tight angle, I jump over a lineman real quick, and I didn't even see him. Like instinct. I don't know.
Yeah.
But for me to jump over him like that, if you look at it's crazy from the tight copy, but and the lineman came up and he saw it in film and he's like, "Bro, how'd you like see me? Because I was on your side and I just fell right in front of you." And I was like, "I don't know, all God." But yeah, man, it's just opportunity, control what I can, and just letting God do the rest. I know it sounds redundant and boring, but
it ain't
I
boring.
mean, it
No,
really
it's
is
the
the
truth,
truth.
though.
But like
Yeah.
things happen, and it was some frustration. Like I was playing pissed off out there that whole game. But it was awesome, been waiting for that. And, my teammates obviously were celebrating like crazy. And I spun the ball like I didn't want to keep it. And my teammates got it back from me, So I got that painted up
You got
nicely.
a rapper doing that now.
Yeah, I know. I got to stop doing that. But, yeah, man, the end as well. Just all my teammates, David Montgomery ran off the sideline and came and met me in the end zone. So, just that brotherhood like I was talking about earlier, man. My teammates are great, man, and it was cool because they knew I was angry, and they just wanted to celebrate with me. So it was pretty cool.
That's
it was
what's
pretty
up,
cool.
man. I just think it's cool from my standpoint, bro. Anytime any of y'all do something, you, HR, she, anybody, it feel like I'm doing it because I get like 30 text messages. See, right? You see that? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm watching the game, man. All these calls, you see? I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah, that's that Res camp.
Right. 100%.
I'm like, yeah, man. So, of course, I'm proud, man.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Because every morning, I give you that call every morning.
100%.
Every morning, I give him that call. Just like I call you, I give him that call every Sunday morning.
Yeah,
Turn.
we do.
Real rap.
Turn.
We do.
Nah, yeah,
How you
man.
feeling today? Da-da-da. I mean, you got to remember where we came from. But when you get that rock, it's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
That boy Kenny, man, he good for it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm
Yeah.
sitting there like, well, when it's gonna happen, man?
It's going to happen.
I'm trying to wait for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Only a matter of time.
You'll catch me. I'll be team breakfast, Kenny calling me.
Right.
Everybody like locked in.
Right.
I gotta like low key like whisper to Kenny. Like, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I mean, people are locked in. People are having conversations. I can't. I'm not trying to get rowdy. Or I'm on the team bus. It's dead silent.
Yeah.
Everybody got headphones on, and I'm like
screaming, man.
Yeah, I'm like yeah, right. Like just trying to like
Yeah, that's funny.
keep
bro.
it to a minimum so I'm not bothering anybody else.
No, yeah. All right, here we go. Let's hit the last one. I know you peeked at it before we started, but you know this next thing right here, man. I just want you to, I want you to talk about what this means to you, man. Just seeing this picture, you, big bro, your pop, like, what does that mean to you, man?
It's awesome, man. You know, I remember those days like it was yesterday. Just being out there, being a ball boy, just messing around, having fun, playing football. Probably annoying some of the players trying to have catch, but you know, those are some good times. And you know, I wouldn't trade them for the world. You know, having my dad there and my older brother, you know, watching him succeed, watching my dad yell at him every day. You know, he was real hard on him too. So it's awesome. You know, I didn't get the no smiling memo. You know, they're both looking like killers, and I'm out here cheesing like a dweeb.
You always smiling, bro.
Looking like a dweeb in that picture.
Man, that's good, man.
Black shoes with white socks. Bad look. But that's a dope picture.
Yeah, that's fire,
That's a dope
man.
picture.
That's fire. Like, and to piggyback off of that, like, you know, like, how important is family to you? And I know we keep bringing it back to it, you know, but like, you're a family dude, man. I see your pop. The other day, man, I went to the Cheltenham. What team does your
Tenet.
dad? Tenet. They were playing Tenet, and your dad was there coaching. Like, man, like what is that? Like, man, I know how much family means to me. Like, family means to me, like, I'll die for my family. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give my last breath for them. You know, like, what does the family mean to you? And I just want you to finish it off when it comes to that, man, because like being a black kid, you know, just being able to have your dad around like that, man, like that's truly special, bro.
100%.
And a lot of kids
Don't get that.
don't get that. So like, just talk about just like that relationship that you've built with your father that a lot of us really didn't have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I look at that picture, man, and I'm not gonna say I get jealous, but I envy that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my dad was there, but he wasn't there all the time. And to hear that you talk about your dad and to see your dad personally and talk to him and just talk about that a little bit, bro.
It's like you said, it's amazing. I lived with him my whole life, pretty much, just me and him. And like I said, it was tough, man. Like
He was hard on you.
yeah,
man.
he was. Like middle school, man. I'll tell you, it was not fun. I'll tell you that, bro. We had I don't know what it's called, Skyward. We had Skyward, right?
Yeah.
Skyward used to be snitching. Any grade below a C, my dad used to get an email right to his computer. Boy, I used to be sitting there. I told you he went to work early, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not even in school yet, but he gets to his computer. He gets to get them emails.
Right.
Craig got a 68 on a quiz. His name pop on my phone. My heart would drop straight to my stomach, bro. I'm like, yo, it's curtains. It's curtains.
Nah, for real.
And I'm out there, nah, she ain't. I did the requiz, right? And she ain't put the requiz back up on the drawing. So like, give me 1 week and it'll be up. Yeah, there was no requiz, but you know, I had to do what I had to do to stay alive because I thought I was gonna die. I thought he was gonna kill me. You know, I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, that's real life.
I mean, bro, we used to. I'm not gonna say we used to go at it. He used to be right at me. I didn't do much, you know, to him, but you know, it made me who I am today, and we still joke about it. And the best part is, like, I'll be like, "Yo, Dad, you remember the time you did this?" He'll be like, "Nah." I'm like, "What?" That was a traumatic day in my life. Right. I remember that vividly. I know what it smelled like outside. I know what I was wearing. Like, well, I could tell stories for days about the discipline, you know, but like it made me who I am. For sure. You know, and I wouldn't change it for anything. And I'm like you just talked about, man, I'm blessed because not everybody, you know, has that. And, you know, having that structure, the discipline, you know, and like he used to grind. He was grinding, just making sure I was straight as far as we had a Thunderbird. I don't know if people know cars in here. Thunderbird's like 1990s Ford. Like it's old. Cassette tape on the inside, and we driving up and down the East Coast going to these football camps. I ain't getting no offers, no scholarships.
Talk about it.
But my dad made sure I was there, bro.
You was exposed.
And he made sure that was around the competition that I wanted to go up against, and I thought I could play at. And the coaches didn't agree with him, but he believed in me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We get in there and be like, you thought, you get the little numbers at the camp. You thought 175 was any good? I'm like, nah, he ragged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we had long talks, listening to some old school music. Tina Marie, stuff like that on these rides, man. And
I'm so mad that you didn't give us a freestyle today, man. All that G Herbo talk, all that crazy stuff you talking, you couldn't give us a freestyle.
I ain't no rapper.
Yeah,
but,
that's crazy.
My pop, man, he made sure I was straight, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man.
Great dude.
See, but y'all wasn't around for the middle school days,
know,
bro.
I
I couldn't say that.
I'm looking at it from, I had an opportunity to be with him this year at the Chiefs game. That's the first time I actually had one-on-one time with him.
Right.
And I'm bringing up everything. I'm like, dang, man, I look at things from a big picture, and I'm like, bro, this is crazy. We going to the game. Like, how you feel right now?
Right.
He didn't have no words, bro. And my favorite part was, I capture everything. You come to the sideline, and you throwing the ball with him. Boom. And he whipping them Jones at you. Boom. Catching that. And everybody looking at him like, because we at the Chiefs joint. It was so dope just to see. That made his day, bro. And that made my day, because I'm looking at it like, dang, this joint crazy. Like, he throwing the ball just like y'all probably was back in the day. Like, him getting you ready. You going arm action. He whipping that joint. Boom. Yeah. Catch, tuck, throw it right back.
Nah,
Boom.
for
So
sure.
That was dope to witness that.
That was a surreal moment, man. That was a surreal moment.
Your pop went to Del Valle too, man.
sir.
That's me and your pop connection.
Yeah,
So whenever
for
he
sure.
see me, he be like, "Yeah, you the second best." And I look back at him, I said, "Nah, I'm the first best." That's so funny. Like, your pop, cool, man. But let's switch up the tempo, man. Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's go into being a pro athlete and the stigma behind making a lot of money, spending it crazy, big purchases, blah, 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 blah. Financially speaking, like, what are some of the things that people may not know you've done, investment-wise, advice-wise? Like, what is something that you can give to people that, like, as a pro athlete, they should be doing, or recommendations, or how you kind of manage your money on the things that you do?
It all goes back to how I was raised. Like I said, with my pop, man, we didn't have everything, We definitely had to work and scrounge and do what we had to do. So once I got the opportunity to play in the NFL, I knew I wasn't blowing this money. So I made sure my portfolio is diverse. I own a house now, a triplex. Investment property.
That's heavy.
Invested in stocks. Other, accounts and stuff like that. So I just trying to save, man. And I'm not like a big spender, like we were talking about before the show. Like, I don't have a chain. I'm not big time like somebody else.
Show your wrist real quick, though.
This boy crazy, yo.
Show your wrist real quick.
Yeah,
We
go
ain't
ahead.
doing that. We don't gotta do
Come
that.
on, now.
We don't gotta do
Why
that.
you don't want to do that?
We don't gotta do all that.
Come on, now. You
We
gonna
don't
come at
gotta
my
do that.
chain? Come on, come.
What's on my wrist isn't it? It's in the port. That's an investment.
Yeah, this is an investment too.
It's
Cozy
an investment.
Jewels. Shout out to Cozy Jewels.
I love it. But yeah, I'm not a big spender, man. I keep white forces on the feet.
You got some products too, though.
I can't do nothing. I can't have one nice pair of shoes.
You got
bro.
2 pair of products, all black and all white. Come on, man. Come on, man. You my man. I know all that.
That's
crazy. You got some
crazy.
products too.
All right.
But this comes to show you can treat yourself here and there.
Yeah. So you can treat yourself, but not be stupid. I'm
for
not,
sure.
And I always, set limits and limitations on what I spend. I told myself I wouldn't buy a watch until I bought the house.
I like that.
Just trying to keep everything in perspective. Because could I while out? Yeah, but that's stupid. And at the same time, I don't want to do that because I feel like it'll make me complacent. I've become so used to not being settled in and comfortable. Whether like P Squad days, or traveling from team to team. I'm living in B&Bs and hotel rooms. I'm living out of a suitcase, so it's like I don't want to. But that's what got me here, so I don't want to change that. Somebody said it's hard to stay hungry when you're waking up in Versace sheets. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't want to start to do all that stuff and wilding out and getting comfortable because I didn't get here that way. That's not me. So Just another way, like we talked about that mental part, just keeping the main thing. But yeah, you know, I mean, I keep everything tight. Try to be smart with my moves. And I have great mentors in my life.
Yeah.
Older men that have, you know, made a lot of money and are doing the things that I aspire to do when I'm older. So just trying to follow your footsteps and just be smart. And just, like I said, keeping the main thing. I'm definitely blessed, though.
No, mentorship is huge, man. Just having that advice and the community just to even ask, like, yo, like, what should I do? What should I do? Because a lot of this stuff is information-based. We was talking about it before the pod started, like, the more information that you have, the better off you're going to be.
Yeah.
And, like, Kenny's been telling me about, like, yeah, like, these schools got money. And I hear him, like, and he giving me the information, but until I go seek that information on my own,
right, it ain't.
It don't become real. And like now I feel so much more excited about my next moves and what I'm going to be doing because now I'm informed on what somebody told me.
Right.
So once you go educate yourself on something and you apply it, it's like, oh, snap. I've been prepping for this for a while now. And to hear you talk about it, man, like, you know, living in the suitcase, I did it.
Yeah.
Living out of a bag and living a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely, man, I envy you to see how you did it. Like buying a house, having a car, didn't go crazy in a car, you know, got you a nice watch. Man, you're doing it the right way, man.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Still more work to do.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Now, you being a journeyman, you being a guy on all these different teams, I want you to talk about the mindset throughout all this time. Like, you spend time with the Redskins, which is now in the Commanders.
Right.
You've been all around the world, man. Talk about, like, what were some of your best experiences on those teams that you've learned and you took with you every time you left?
Right.
Like, what is some of the things that you've learned?
Like you just said, man, getting information and learning.
Yeah.
I came in that Redskins camp, didn't have any clue I was even going to make it.
Yeah.
I was just out there having fun and blessed to, you know, be able to go to a rookie mini camp and then being able to make the 90-man. But that Redskins team had a lot of vets, man.
They did.
A lot of, you know, good football players, you know, from my room in the running back room. You had Adrian Peterson, Chris Thompson, Darius Geis, Samaje Perine, Byron Marshall.
Yeah.
A lot of Bryce Love.
Yeah.
A lot of talented guys. And then that's just an RB room. I can go receivers, defense, whatever. But just being in that locker room with all those older guys, I was quiet, but I was always listening. It didn't matter what it is. And, you know, whether it's good information, but then you can also learn what not to do.
Yeah, you
hearing
damn
somebody's
sure can.
story,
Yeah.
you know, or man, I wouldn't do that. You
Right.
know what I mean? And just how you conduct yourself in meetings.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen guys, you know, sit front row, sleep. I'm like, bro, what?
We in the league.
Yeah.
We fought to get here.
Yeah, I know. So it's
That's
just
crazy.
learning, just being a fly on the wall, man, and just observing people. And it's little things where it's like, you know, I'm watching the coach up there and he's presenting to a room full of, you know, grown men and he's the command of the whole room. For example, like Dan. When Dan's talking, he's a great leader. And not only am I listening to what he's saying about whatever it is, practice, the game this week, but I'm listening on like how he's presenting it. Like,
Yes.
how do you take control of a room? How do you, or like his public speaking skills?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that, you know, and just taking that into account for life after football. Or I might
for
have to
real.
get in front of a crowd or, you know, all men, stuff like that, man. Just trying to learn from every little thing and gain as much knowledge as possible. Because in my eyes, to this day, you never know what's going to end.
You really don't.
And what you have is what you have when you leave. So I'm just trying to get everything I can out of it and learn, man, whether it's the X's and O's of the game, life, experiences, financial stuff, just, you know, and that was Washington. Just a rookie, just being a rookie. And then I go to Atlanta. Atlanta was crazy because they were, you know, they've been hot the last couple of years when I was there. Kind of fizzled out. Sadly, but, you know, being around guys like Julio Jones, Matt Ryan.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Devontae Freeman, Grady Jarrett, Foye, Jake Matthews. Like, there's a lot of good football players, and you just see how guys work. You see what works, you see what doesn't work.
Right.
How can I incorporate this in my game?
Right.
you know, and just, like I said, just information, communicating with those guys. And that was a great experience, good locker room, you know, and, you know, how Dan Quinn was as a leader, as a coach, seeing his leadership traits and his skills. And then going down to Jacksonville, you know, like that wasn't the best. Like they were struggling. But seeing how their team was run, like what's the differences?
Different kind of energy down there.
Right. Yeah. And then, you know, I was able to become friends with Daria Gumbawale, and he's what really put me onto that special teams lifestyle. And he's a good running back. I'm not knocking him as a running back, but he's also a really good special teamer. And, you know, just picking his brain daily at practice. And, you know, we used to hang out and just talking, man. You know, whether it's, you know, he became a good friend. Talking about ball, off the field, financial stuff, life, everything. You know, when you have those vets that are willing to give information,
there's a lot of them that are willing. I know,
and there's a lot that won't. But when you find the ones, when you find the ones that do, man, you gotta get everything you can. And you know, he put me on that special teams lifestyle, and I'm like, I bet, like, this is really how you can make it. Say less. That's all I need to hear. And been putting the time in with like guys like Coach Heck, Mr. Harvey, all my trainers. You know, putting a lot of time in the special teams. That definitely was a huge impact. I'd say him and Chris Thompson in Washington taught me a lot. Him in Jacksonville, Dari. And then just coming to Detroit, man, that gritty mentality, man.
That's you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that fits you.
It fit me perfectly. And just coming in there and, you know, like I said, that was the definition of you never know when you're going to get your opportunity. That whole season when I first got there, whether it was a preseason or the regular season. So, you know, it was good to see, you know, the when you put all that work in for 3 years being on P squads, and then you finally get the op out of nowhere and you're not even ready for it.
Right.
And you do well.
You ready for it.
You're right. But, you know, you believe in yourself, but now you see it come.
Right. Because, like, yo, you go through, like, when you just said it, yo, you go through so many of those steps before you even become who you really, truly are.
Right.
Like he said, like, yo, you were quiet. When you came in there. Bro, I see you at Detroit. You ain't quiet, bro. You in that joint. You walk around mad face, talking, dancing, acting crazy. You became yourself.
Right.
I talk about this all the time, and I've experienced this too. When you get your dream job, right, and you feel like at some point you be like, man, I don't know if I really, like, you know you belong there, but you're trying to prove to them that you belong there.
Right.
So you can't fully be who you truly are.
Right. Yeah.
So just hearing you talk about that stage on what you went through on building, and building the confidence, gaining knowledge, gaining all this stuff, and understanding the nuances of special teams, yo, that's no joke on there. It's real life technique. They talk about back bad and this back.
Yeah.
Bro, it's a lot that goes into it. And when you learn it, you can't unlearn it.
Yeah.
So by the time you got to Detroit, yo, your confidence is boosted.
Right.
Bro,
100%.
when I got to Carolina at one point, bro, I finally got my confidence.
Right.
I'm around Cam Newton, he in there dancing before practice. I'm like, what? All right, let's go.
That's the energy. Right.
That's the energy that I need. That's who I am. I want to be like, I like that energy.
Right.
And it made me be who I truly was. So like, man, like, bro, it is a process to becoming the player that you're supposed to be. It's not going to happen overnight.
Right.
Even as a pro athlete, you can have all the intangibles, all the skills, but you still got to learn. You still got to take yourself and look back and be like, you know what? What do I need to change about me that's going to make me a better athlete?
Right.
Not why did I get cut? It's okay. How can I fix it?
Right.
How can I be better and be truthful with myself? Like Nadir came on here and he talked about it. Like, he was like, listen, it was on me. I put myself in that position. I didn't make enough plays. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. Having that ownership and be like, you know what? I need to be better.
Right.
And bro, like, you've done that, bro.
Right.
Facts.
I appreciate that.
Like, going into this next segment, we like to finish the podcast like this, man. Like, and this is where we kind of like tap into those feelings of, you know, a time in your life where, you know, you had to keep going. You know, we call it the keep going segment. And during this one is when you describe a time in your life where, you know, you really had to pick it all back up, where you felt like, you know, it was over, or something that challenged you, where you had to keep going. You know, give the people, you know, something, whether it's one story, two story, whatever, man. Just share something that is on your heart, man.
First thing that comes to mind is probably when I got released from Jacksonville. at the end of the draft, Urban Meyer was hired. Draft comes, they release me. So I'm on the streets all OTAs, didn't do OTAs. So it's all summer. I'm not doing anything with the team. And not knowing, I saved up a little bit, but it's like, am I about to start working? Because, what they always talk about, it's 3 to 4 year career. I'm on year 3. So I'm like, this could be it. Like, I don't know. I got to put my ducks in order maybe, but I'm still working, Shout out to Coach Heck. I'm going up to Kutztown and I'm training. Don't know when the op's going to come. And, to get that call from Detroit, like, oh, there's a workout, and being late to it and thinking like, oh, like I missed it. And then they signed the other guy that was working out with. So I'm like, damn, that could be it. But then they still work me out. So I'm like, all right, I still have an opportunity. And, I just wanted to go out there and show them like they made the wrong decision keeping that other guy. And, I wasn't bending over during the workouts. That's just the psychological stuff, You want water? No, I'm good. I don't need it. Just like trying to show them like I'm locked in because in my eyes, and the reason I was late too is because my agent told me not to check a bag. And I checked a bag with the mindset of I ain't coming back home. Yeah, right. Like this workout, I ain't coming back home. So I checked the bag. My dumbass missed the flight. But, they finally got me there or whatever. But, yeah, that was my mindset, man. And that time all off season, you're working. You don't know when it's going to happen, if it's going to happen. It's tough. And I try to tell the guys, all the small school kids that want to go to the NFL, it ain't pretty. Jordan Morgan gave me the same thing. Like, it's tough, man. It really is tough. And, I was listening to him talk about it. And then for me to go through it, I try to give the same information to the guys that are coming up. Like, there's going to be times, bro, where you're going to be stuck, and it's like, do I work? Do I train? Do I keep going? And I know a lot of guys that are going through that now. It's tough when you don't have a home or a team that you can, play for, practice. So, you don't know what you're going to do. And I'd say right then and there, that was the keep going moment. And then when I got there, I got the opportunity. And then it all came, in that preseason game where I was able to like really show what I could do because like I said, man, there was no preseason the year before because of COVID, right? And the last preseason I played was in Washington. And then, I'm the 5th running back. I'm getting the ball when there's like 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter. So I couldn't really show what I can do. And then just being able to go out there and see all that work with Coach Heck in the pads, full pads in the summer while like other teams are in camp. I'm in my own camp back home hitting. Still trying to stay ready. And, I'm not going to lie. Like, when I scored that touchdown, I got emotional on the sideline.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I'll never forget JG came up to me, and, like, I didn't know nobody's name on the team at that point.
That's crazy.
And nobody knew who I was. And JG came up to me and said something to me. And I couldn't even look him in the face because I was crying. I was literally emotional on the sideline because it was, like, all that work that you put in.
Right.
To see it, and granted, it was a preseason game. Don't get me wrong.
It don't matter, man.
But, like, just seeing all that work, pay off, man, and I was just out there trying to get. I was wilding. I don't know, like that emotion that I felt that day was just crazy. I had to call Coach Heck and thank him because he's the one that helped me put all that work in
100%.
To stay ready in August. So I'd say that's probably one of my biggest keep going moments. My career is pretty much all that. Just staying ready. So, but yeah, that's definitely the biggest one.
Boy, this. It happens to me all the time, man. Every time I hear, somebody's story on how they made it through, just hearing you talk about your dad, all of our relationship, what you've had to do to get to this point. I'm so proud of you, bro.
Appreciate you,
bro. I can't say it enough, man. I think we need to give each other more flowers because it's that affirmation that gives us the strength to keep going.
Right.
And just to see how you do it, man, I'm excited for your future. I'm excited for what you do next. Continue to lead in your own way. Continue to be you. Some free agency stuff coming up.
Yes, sir.
I'm praying for you, bro.
Thank you.
It's a stressful process. I've been going through it for the last couple of weeks. It's a little different in the CFL, but it's the same. Keep your head up. Keep working as you do. We gonna keep grinding, and we gonna make it together, bro.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, as we close the show, always stay committed to yourself. Always always put one foot in front of the other. Always do what you need to do because it has to be done. You looking at a story within Craig Reynolds, and you watch him, you see him. Go follow him on all platforms. See Ray. He's doing some great things, and I'm proud of him. And I can't wait to see what he does next. And as we always do, as we always say, continue to walk on this journey with us, continue to be with us, and as always, ShowTime speaks.